The primary purpose of the CAF podcast is to express platform for creatives to express their personal views or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the CAF podcast are solely those of individuals expressing such views or opinions and does not reflect the views of the CAF podcast.
So here we go. All right, I gotta go quick, smoke.
What did you say?
I had to take a quick puff real quick.
Oh, okay.
Season 6 Cal Podcast, we back. Boy, we got something special for y'all tonight. Now, she came for the 100th, but that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough time. And we hit on the topic, and people really got into their feelings. I don't know if we're going to get there tonight, but it is what it is. So, first thing first, she is from Ratchet City.
Oh, Lord.
She is from Ratchet City. She's also an inspiring singer, got a voice on her. She did a song to a Beyonce instrumental. It's still, to me, it's still hard. And then in the last couple of years, she got married and became a mother. And we'll get more into details about her and her lifestyle. But we want to welcome back to the Cal for her very own special episode. The one and only Miss Ariel. I don't even know your new last name, but I know it's Hunter
Smith. Yes.
Ariel-Hunter Smith.
Got my own episode fresh out the bed. Hello. This is Ariel.
How are you doing, Ariel?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am doing great. I'm just so happy to have you back in the cab.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
I really thought you were scared to get on.
No, just juggling life, work, being a mother. A lot sometimes, tiring, but you got to do it.
Yes, and I know for a fact we're gonna have some good conversation tonight. We ain't gonna hold you long because you do have to work in the morning. You are a responsible adult, not like most people, like me.
Sometimes I wish I could just turn it off.
It is what it is. But Ariel, the first question that we asked in the Cal is we didn't come up with this question. We stole this from Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club. How is your mental health?
Sometimes it's questionable, but you know what? Put my best foot forward. I pray. I do talk to a therapist from time to time, just, make sure I'm still grounded and keep pushing. I mean,
go ahead.
You can go. Not every day is perfect, but, if you hold yourself to that, then you won't get anywhere. Productive, positive. So.
And then the next question that we asked, and this question actually I came up with this from COVID, because during that time, nobody was outside, everybody was inside, and for me, I was on Twitter a lot, and I saw not white women, not Mexican women, Asian, nobody. I saw so many black women getting attacked, and all this stuff was on the ring cam. So for me, I'm a big advocate of black women protecting them. So Ariel, do you have a gun, and do you have a gun license?
I have a license. I do not have a gun right now. I have a small child in my home. And being in the military, I've seen things, what they can do. And it's not something I'm against, but it's not something I'm necessarily for. I just really have a big fear with my small child being in my home. And he's very adventurous. He's only 2, but he's the size of a 4-year-old. So he can get into things you wouldn't expect a 2-year-old to get into.
Okay. Do you have like a taser or something?
No, I don't. I never actually even. I really feel like that's kind of like a waste. Like if you've gotten that close to me, I'm not pulling no taser. You about to get knocked. Just drop down. It is what it is.
Oh, so basically you got
they not finna give me a taser that will propel and stick into somebody. So it's pointless for me to have that. But if you that close to me, we in trouble already, and I ain't finna go.
So basically, you got them hands. That's what I mean.
I got that, or I got whatever's next to me, and I bet you gonna feel it.
Whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever you got to do to get home to your baby and see
Yeah.
tomorrow,
You
I'm with
know,
that.
I understand like with the police officers having the ones that they can project at people, but they're not giving you that on the street. So it's kind of pointless for me to have that. And half of the time, the people that's coming to attack you, a lot of times I don't even think that will work. So it may work, but not for the most part.
Well, I mean, so when it comes to the gun, I ain't telling you. We ain't telling you to kill somebody, but you can
Hmm.
let out 2 shots, warning shots, to let them know that you got something.
Yeah, and the way I'm trained, the way I'm in my mind, I'm shooting to kill. If I got to put it, it's getting used, and you shouldn't have came for me. So you back to Jamaica.
And then with a taser, it's just a little, so you can get away.
Hmm.
5,000 watts, 5,000 watts, nothing less than 5,000 watts. You can actually get that because you got military ID. My taser, I got out. Well, I didn't get it. Somebody got it off the base for me.
Hmm.
So you can
Hmm.
go in there and get you one. You military.
I don't know. I think about it, but I feel like if you're that close to me, I got to get to it. I got to get it out and get it ready to use. I mean, this is a lot. I don't know. Being trained to handle yourself in certain situations, I feel like for me, that would just be a lot. It'd probably get in the way more than it would help me.
So you did say you was in military. What was you? Navy, Army, Marine? You look like a
Army,
Marine.
military, police.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to do the Marines, but
you look like Marines.
the messages weren't what I wanted for the Marines, so I had to let that go.
So Army, how many years in the Army?
7.
7. And
Mm-hmm.
and how was that life for a young black girl from Shreveport, Louisiana?
Ooh, it was. I actually enjoyed it. Up until towards the end when I decided, I might want family, and I don't want to have to leave my family. I don't want to have to put my family through moving a lot, like if I were to have a child. So towards the end, I decided it wasn't for me. But initially and throughout, I learned a lot of new experiences, met a lot of people, learned about a lot about leadership, things I use today in my career and in my everyday life, sometimes with friends, family, situational awareness. I've seen a lot of things that weren't always good, but I am blessed to say that, you know, personally, I didn't have to, deal with a lot of negative situations.
Yeah, because you seen that what's that story on Netflix where that girl went missing in the military? I cannot think of her name. Gonzalez.
I think
Um,
it's based off a true story, but I haven't watched it,
no, it,
but I
it, it
know
is
it's a
it,
child.
it is a true story because
Hmm.
they went to, I think, the military base. I want to say it was Fort Jackson,
Okay.
but they talked about how
Is it
in
Gutierrez or something like that?
that's it. That's
Hmm.
it. That's her name. But they talk about how women in the military are sexually abused at a
Hmm.
higher rate than anything than civilians.
Yes, yes. And it's all about situational awareness, knowing who you are, right? And that's easy. You can say that, but sometimes a predator's there in plain sight and you just don't know it. But that's why I said I've seen, I've heard, I've not necessarily watched something happen without acting, but I was fortunate enough to not have to experience that.
All right, now Ariel, let's get down to it because a lot of people really don't know you. But remember what I said in the beginning. I'll go back and edit delete. But you are a mother and a wife
Hmm.
that is married to another woman.
Yes.
So, as part of the LGBT community, how is
Hmm.
that life now that you're literally one now with child?
You know, if you had to ask me that growing up or like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, even like we've been together 11 years, but in the middle of us dating, like imagine where we are today, I
Yeah,
wouldn't even
because
think it was possible.
y'all been together since Granville.
Yes,
We'll talk about that later.
2011.
We'll talk about that later. But go ahead, Mark.
But in today's world, they're so focused on these other things that actually has nothing to do with me. And even though I am a part of that community, it's always almost some form of normalcy. Like there are times when it's like, let's say if it's health questions come about, if they're called about something, it's like, yes, if I say I'm the wife, they automatically assume I have a husband. And then the conversation goes, a lot of times I'm just trying to get to the point of what you call me for. I don't necessarily right away address it. But when I start to speak and I say she, then it's, oh, wait a minute. But for the most part, there is some form of normalcy, which I appreciate because, I worry like having a child, what would he have to go through going through school with two mothers, and then my family just tell me, focus on the fact that he has two parents that are together and they love him and they support him. And outside of each other, he's our main focus.
Now, when did you know you liked the women? Because it's always a question because people always want to know when did you like women, when did you like men? Like, did you ever try a penis, or did you like, you know what, this ain't for me?
I've dated guys, and it just never worked out. It's crazy. Like I didn't necessarily think I liked women, but there was always something missing. It was like this just isn't working, or this is like, is it this all you got? Like this, that was always my end thing. Like something's not right, something's missing. This can't be it. This can't be life. This can't be all I waited all this time for. And then it got to a point where I was like, well, let me try this, because I was interested, but never like on a serious tip. Maybe like we're just friends. And, in my family growing up, it wasn't necessarily not accepted, but you were raised to live your life a certain way, My mom never said, no, you can't do that, that's bad. But she always raised me saying, you're going to get married, you're going to find a husband, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And I kind of followed the rules. I went by that. But I had a guy I dated through high school, dated a couple guys in college, and just none of it ever stuck, and talked to a couple girls and they got on my nerves too. And I was like, maybe I'm just meant to be by myself,
Oh,
maybe listen, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm fine with being by myself. And y'all already know how I get down.
I'm an introvert by heart. I ain't gotta be around nobody. I can listen.
You
see what I'm doing right now? I can do this every day if I had the money to do it, but since I don't, I go to work.
Yeah. And so meeting somebody and y'all becoming friends, like actual friends. And that was the crazy part. Our mutual friends didn't even know that we had started dating when we actually did start dating, because we were actual friends. And that was the foundation to it. Finding somebody that I could be friends with and, transition into more. Because a lot of them women, I understand, they get on your nerves. They got on mine. I was like, maybe this isn't it either. I don't know. But when I was a little girl, my mom said that I used to always say, when I grow up, me and my husband will have a girlfriend. And she was like, I knew it's right in there. Something wasn't right with you.
Mama knows. Mama
always knows. They know. They might not want to know, but they know. They always know.
I always say girls who do that dibble and dabble, they always either got hurt by a guy and said, let me go do this. It's a rare you'll find some girls who like, I just been liking women. But I do say that some girls either didn't get enough hugs from their daddy, or they got hurt by a dude and said, let me go be with a female, or they just dip it and dab in college, where most girls do get their gay stuff on.
None of those would apply to my wife. She's a very loving father. He's very affectionate. He's one of the sweetest men that will beat the brakes off anybody if they, harm you. Treats me like a daughter. Very sweet guy. I don't think she's ever dabbled. I mean, she went to prom with her cousin because I guess that was just, they wanted her to go to prom and they wanted her to have that picture in their dress, but that was her male cousin. I think she's always liked girls. She, from a small kid, wanted to wear the tennis shoes and the basketball shorts. Yeah. She never wanted to wear the dresses. She was forced to wear the dresses, but it wasn't something that she wanted to do. And according to her family, they always knew. She was just different.
I mean,
They,
it's ones you just know for a fact. Like my daughter's going to bring me a daughter-in-law. Like
my mom knew. She just was like, maybe it's a phase. But I was like, how would it be a phase if I hadn't even started talking to girls? And she was like, I don't know. I thought this person was your girlfriend. I was like, nope, just my friend. She's like, oh, well, I always knew, but I was just waiting for you. I wasn't gonna force you. I was like my mom, I felt like she knew before I knew, or I guess paid attention, because I really didn't pay attention to people, to be honest with you. I just was in my own little world for the most part.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I was like that a little bit in college. Like it was almost as if stuff would just be happening and I'd just be oblivious. Like, okay, it has nothing to do with me, so I'm not getting into it. I kind of stay to myself.
Did people was it certain females who did come up to you and be like, I never been with a girl, but since you are, can I try with you?
No, I don't think anybody was ever that comfortable to come up to me like that.
Oh.
I was told I didn't have the nicest resting face. I don't know. I was told that I was kind of mean. I never thought I was mean, but a lot of people said I was mean. You thought I was mean when we was in school?
Nah, I like my first time meeting was coming back to Graham in 2012. I think I met you that summer, and when I met you, you smiled. I'm like, okay, this Ariel-Hunter. Who she? She's sing. Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
I will see.
And then I saw how you reacted to everybody else. I'm like, oh, she one of us. She's low key an asshole.
Yeah, I was told that about myself. I always thought I was a sweetheart.
No, you one of us. So I never got that. I never got the mean vibe. Maybe it's they say that about me. Like people say you always had the mean face. It's because I didn't know y'all.
Yeah.
Like when I first got the ground, I mean, you always supposed to look hard, so I just kept it on. And then once people got to know me, they're like, "Oh, you goofy as hell."
Mm-hmm. My sister-in-law says that. She's like, when I first met you, boy, I thought you was a bitch. You were so mean. She's like, but you really real sweet. And I'd be like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but okay, thank you, I guess.
It's a compliment because I get that. I get that a lot now. I'm gonna say this about the podcast. It helped me open up my personality and to change my demeanor, because this is saying one thing while I'm thinking something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Like this face is saying I'm ready to fight, but in my head I'm like, dark winged duck. So okay. But Eric, this season we talking about assignment and attachment. And
okay.
What does that mean to you?
Assignment
and attachment when it comes to whatever you want to be, whether it be day-to-day operations, people, relationships, the job, the child, or just on your everyday walk.
Oh, assignment and attachment. I really have no idea. I feel like being a first time mother, I have a major attachment. I don't know if it's healthy or unhealthy to my child. It could be my upbringing. My mom was always there. We very rarely went by other people's houses or anywhere, especially if we couldn't talk. But I remember always being home. My mom would being home at night. Attachment and assignment. Give me some explanation to some ideas like of how I should be thinking here.
I'll give you an idea, but I don't want to tell you how to think because I want your perspective. But the last guest we had on, we've been saying that attachments are like seasonal, and then assignments are people who are destined to be in life. They switched it, and they said that the assignment is somebody who's seasonal, and the attachment is somebody in your life. To
And I
me,
agree with that.
I in my head, I'm thinking assignment is somebody like Perk. I'm assigned to his life. He's assigned to my life. We done so much stuff. It's like it was destined that we was gonna link up. Attachment is people that come in your life, then they go. But you either use them for a good reason or a bad reason. But at the end of the day, they wasn't gonna be there long.
I feel like I would say the other way around, like you said at first. Only because an assignment can change. You know, you can have multiple assignments. You can have multiple attachments, but once the assignment is done, what's next? This attachment hopefully is with me for the rest of my time here. Or at least for their time here, whether it be like you say in your child's life, and even still, at some point they have to grow up and become an adult and move on with their lives. So my attachment would most likely be, my spouse, grow old, die together, or, see grandkids and all that good stuff. My assignment for the now, would be make sure that my household stays intact, that I stay level headed, like you asked about mental health in the beginning, and, that I raise my Black son in America, That's one of my, biggest, not fears, but things I see as a challenge, making sure that he's straight in America, being a Black man.
That's a good question to ask, because how is that? Because we all see what's going on. And you got a boy, and you see the Mike Browns, the Trayvon Martins. Like, how does that really make you feel, knowing that I gotta raise my Black son at the end of the day, my Black son, to prepare for something that I'm not even prepared for?
It's that sucks, because that's only one in a million of the lessons that I have to teach him. This one out of a million things I have to worry about, making sure that he's level headed, making sure that he grows up and is a leader, and not only knows how to be a leader, but when to follow, because an effective leader must know how to follow. But I don't want you to just be a follower, in order to be successful. He has to get to be Trayvon and Mike Brown's age. They were cut off, but what led to that? What legacy did they leave? Because you never know when your time is coming. You could be 5 and, health strikes you, or I could be taken away. What plans do I have in place so that if I do leave here, he is taken care of, or he's with somebody who's not going to enable him, but still hold him accountable, and have expectations for him. Before I can even get to that, there's so many things, not just a Black man, but as a Black woman, and so many challenges that we face already starting behind. I tried changing environments. I grew up in a rough environment, but I still succeeded, and coming here thinking, I'm doing something. They have the same problems, just a little money behind. We think, to be a lot of times being Black, we feel they don't have the same problems that we have, but they do. They just handle them different.
That's the first time hearing that before.
I was literally at my job today, and the guy asked my coworker, he's like, "How's your son doing in college?" And he said, "Oh, he's doing great. Has he been arrested yet?" He's like, "No, not yet." And I'm thinking to myself, two white people talking to each other. What in the world could he have be arrested for? Just going to school. But it's an expectation. It's like, oh, that's good. It was almost like surprising. And I'm like, well, I guess that's an issue for them too. They may make it to jail and make it out, whereas we don't get that opportunity to get there to even see that, hey, I'm innocent. But, the fear is the same. It's just the situations being handled differently and different outcomes in the end.
So dealing with that, how's it going for y'all raising him? Because once again, it is a 2-mother household. Like,
yeah.
How's that raising him to be ready to be? Because you don't know if he is gay or not. but raising him still to be a man. Because at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, no matter what he do, he gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have positive male role models, not just black men, but white men as well. I want him to be versatile and know how to interact and carry a conversation with not just your own people, but other people. Um, One thing I will say about a lot of black men, they don't feel love. They don't feel like they have a space where they can open up and talk about their emotions or express themselves. The goal is to make sure that he has that type of environment and that he has somebody that he can go to, whether it is one of us or an uncle or just somebody that is in his life. And I don't baby him. I feel bad sometimes, like he'll fall or he'll do this, and I'm like, you okay? But at the same time, if you need to cry, and he's only 2 right now, but I'm not. I've seen some mothers baby those boys, and it's like I don't want my
Yours
son
be
to be
getting.
soft.
Yeah, I saw the video. Yours be getting in the freezer.
He climbs, yes, and the only way to learn sometimes you gotta fall. Now I'm not letting them fall from the top of the pantry, but you gotta scrape a knee and you gotta be able to dust it off and get up.
I did. I pretended I was Batman.
Yeah, I was rough as a kid. I probably broke the most bones in my family.
Boy, when the
Tore up the most stuff.
when the Power Rangers came, gravity didn't mean nothing to me. I'm jumping off everything. Flips and stuff. I don't even
And
know
he
how to
hasn't
do.
even gotten into that yet. So I don't know. His favorite thing right now is Jurassic World. And he gets so excited when the dinosaurs are going crazy. I'm like,
Oh, me, he can hang
I
out. I
don't know if
love
this is
Jurassic.
it's like I don't know if this is normal. When the Raptors start getting live, he excited. He's like, oh yeah, this is my part. I'm like, mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ariel. So this part of the show, we got a game called 10K. Ariel,
Okay.
I'm gonna give you $10,000. I'm gonna ask you a question. If you've done it, I want you to subtract that $1,000. Now, here the key though.
Oh Lord.
I don't want to know what you did. I don't.
Okay. You just want to know how much money I got
I
at the
want to
end?
know how much money you got at the end. So if I ask you, have you ever stolen from Victoria's Secret? And you like, yes, just subtract the 1,000. Let me know. I got $9,000 left.
Well, then you know what I did. Or at the end.
That's at the end. At the
Okay.
end. At the end. That's just an example, okay? So
Okay.
we getting ready for
I say
10K
I
with.
stealing panties.
Oh, I have.
You ashamed to buy them? Or you just was stealing to be stealing?
I didn't have the money, and I wanted to impress this girl. She told me she liked Victoria's Secret. I went in there,
Oh.
stuff that shit in my drawers.
So you gave her some with a little smell already on there.
I kind of washed them before I gave them to him. But the
So
tag
then
was
she didn't think that was used.
no.
This motherfucker that gave me used panties.
No, the tag was still on.
Mm-mm-mm. She might have enjoyed that little musk on there. The scent of a man.
I was 17.
That was a bad scent.
Yeah. All right, Ariel, let me get off something because we talking about panties and everything. All right, here we go. So you ready? 10K. All right, first question. Remember, don't answer. Just let me know how much money you got at the end.
Okay, I got my fingers.
Have you ever made a sex tape? Have you ever had sex with someone that you met off social media? The first time you met them was on social media. Third, have you ever had sex with someone and you was highly shocked how terrible they were? Have you ever seen a naked photo? Have you ever had sex in a public place? Have you ever seen someone have sex live, not a porno? You had to be there and watch it. Have you ever had a threesome? Have you ever had sex with someone and you know you shouldn't have sex with them? Number 9, been caught masturbating. And 10, had sex with a white person or a Mexican woman. Ariel, how much money do
When you say
got?
white person, like they got some white or they got to be a full white?
That's up to you. White is white to me.
That's up to you.
White is white to me. We had one girl was like, what about Simone? I don't know if that counts as Mexican.
No, they're not white and they're not a Mexican either. They're Polynesian, but
So
All right, so I have $4,000 left.
$4,000 left.
I'm an angel.
Oh,
How many questions did you ask?
10.
10? So I've only done 16. Dang. I'm approved.
Well, you under 5,000, so technically you're not an angel.
I'm approved though, huh?
What is approved? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It just sounds like somebody who ain't doing nothing bad.
I mean, you got
Like the little smiley girl that ain't giving it up like she approved.
Ariel, you got 6 out of 10. You ain't proved, baby. You ain't proved. Now, if you would have had like, I'll give you, if you would have had 4 out of 10, maybe $6,000 left, yeah, you need to go do something.
You're a little saved.
Yeah,
Too
go spice.
saved.
Yeah, go spice it up. Like, cause even asking these questions, if you got $6,000 left, only ones I could probably see you doing is you send a naked photo, you had sex in a public place, and you had sex with a white or Mexican, and you had sex with someone that you know you shouldn't have sex with.
Hi everyone, my name is Delisa. I'm the owner of D&E Studios. I am a nail artist and instructor located in Little Rock, Arkansas. My number is 501-909-6886. You can also hit me up on Instagram at d.estudios. Please come with your appointment. I will feel free to see you. See you later.
Headline, Starlight.
Those are the only ones that would make sense if you got $6,000 left. But you don't. You have 4. Yeah. So you live. You had fun. You had your fun. So, but don't be shocked. We had 2 people who was at 0.
You and who else?
First of all, I was at 7,000 and I answered 20 questions.
Yeah, right. You're full of crap.
No, it's true. I answered
you still with $10,000? Or you did start with $20,000?
I started with 20, and but I did 20 questions. Me and Perk did 20 questions live, and we literally said what we did and what we did not do.
Mm-hmm.
I had 8. Perk had $7,000 left out of 20 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So
you want to be the angel now? I'm still the angel.
I'm be honest with you, I don't. Some of the stuff I want to do.
Be careful. There's a lot of shit out there now.
I know. I'm so ready for it.
Some of it you can't get rid of.
Not that stuff. I'm gonna make sure I do it with the right person. Like I ain't just gonna out here get with these ratchets. Like,
nah. Listen. Don't get it twisted now. Some of these non-ratchets be the ones. It be the ones you least expected, and you pop up. At the clip.
That is true. But let me say this about myself. I have been messing with older women too, so I don't know what that lies.
So if you're doing this, I don't know if this is still true, but a lot of statistics, most of your STDs are either in like schools, like high schools, and I don't know if you're going that old, but senior citizen homes, like the little apartment complex where the old people live.
No. That's Perk. That's Perk.
So far.
Yeah, that's Perk.
You're not doing cougars.
To me, 40 to 45. Now, anything about that, she got to be bad for me to even do that because I just can't.
So you prefer them?
I do, and here's the thing: it was a cougar that I was talking to. Me and her would be together right now. It's just that she didn't want no more kids. Like she already had 2, one in college, one in the military.
Oh yeah, she was done.
So like, if she wanted more kids, like even just one more, me and her be together right now.
Do you have children?
I don't.
You sure?
If I do, I don't know them. And if they're out there, please highlight me. I don't want to go through that Kurt Franklin thing.
Oh Lord.
That thing right there was like Kurt Franklin, real daddy, looked like Kurt Franklin, real daddy.
Well, hopefully he can heal his relationship with his own children.
Yeah, but I
feel like that plays a role in it.
It did, because once his son found out that the man that he been calling granddaddy and his granddaddy, like this man is like his son, the one he been beefing with, he just broke down. He's just literally broke down.
He probably started to understand, like, the hurt that he may be experiencing, not knowing how to channel it, even though you're in the public eye and you're this God-fearing man.
And like
That's a lot of pressure.
But I'm gonna say this about Kurt that was really eye open to me is that the guy a guy he did call his father, he never forgave him for what he put him through. And then Kurt was like, I had no reason. You weren't my daddy.
Yeah.
Like that man.
But you got to do it for you. It's
right.
not for him. It's for you. Because until you're healed, you can't be who you need to be for your actual loved ones and people you're going to have in your life.
But his real daddy looked like soon as that man opened that door, and I because you could barely see him on the video, but once I got inside the light, it was like, Kurt, you know that's your daddy. Look at that.
His name Kurt too, huh?
Nah, I think his name was like William.
It should have been. That's how much they look alike.
They look just alike. It's just Kurt. It's like you just looking at yourself 30 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, like you know that's your daddy. And then the man was like, I don't know you, my son. I'm like, my guy, that's you 30 years ago. And then the test was 99.99%.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why he was acting like that. Ain't like he's gonna come ask for no child support.
Yeah, like Kurt don't need your money.
Right, we beyond that. You can't back pay that. That's just what that. Maybe they didn't have a system back then.
Man, as soon as I seen Kurt Franklin's son, come here, God's Property, my favorite album, not knowing that my own son did it. Let me hold $10,000. That's the type of father I would.
No. That's you just let him bless you. You don't ask. Just let him bless you.
I know. I just hope he bless.
Because he has a big heart. He would have blessed him.
Oh, he gonna bless him because this new album that's gonna drop gonna be so fire. So fire. Ooh, y'all think Kurt Franklin been putting out music now? This man is a healed man. I found his father. We finna get it. Kurt finna have churches lit, so lit. So, but that's our game called $10,000 Ariel, and you're not the lowest. So there are, I think it's 4 people lower than you. So, but it's all.
Y'all be getting wild out here.
Hey man,
these all Grambling alumni. This the type of stuff we raising over at Grambling.
Nah, this is more of a Louisiana, Florida. I just went on. I wanted to. Let me ask you this question. Before because I was thinking about this because, Ariel, did you ever have a whole phase?
A whole phase?
Yeah.
When you say that, so is it like multiple people at one time?
No, you did what you wanted to do with who you wanted to do, and you didn't care. That's to me what I hope.
I just do it with my wife now.
But you like, I'm gonna give him some. Excuse me, I'm gonna give her some. I'm gonna give her some. I might dibble and dabble over here. Okay, let's do it. I'm about whatever. Like, did you ever go through one of that times in your life?
It wasn't. Yeah, I guess you could say yeah. But it was like a on my terms type deal. Like, I'm gonna fuck with you and I want to fuck with you, but I'm gonna do what I want to do at the same time. It wasn't just like I'm out here and y'all gonna hear about it. I would never like that. Because some of these whole phases be extended and it be in the streets, the world be knowing. I would never like that. Like, it'd be so wild that everybody know I wasn't nerves too bad for all that.
I mean, just because, it just popped in my head to ask that question because I do think sometimes some women just like you said, like being out here in these streets. Just sometimes some people and men have whole phases. Some men still got whole phases. You just go through what you want to go through and experience life. Like you. Nobody wants to get with somebody and then find out they're born in the bedroom.
And I've always believed that, like, that whole wait until you're married thing. You don't just drive off the lot. You don't sign for a car and just drive off the lot. Like, come on now. I need to see. And even though some of it can be teachable, you have to be able to, like, mesh. And you need not say you're out here hoeing, but a certain level of knowledge and experience before you can say, all right, this is what it's gonna be. This is what it, because I just don't know how they was doing it. Like just jumping married and this is it for the rest of my life. And I've never been with anybody else. You know, I watched this show. The lady husband gave her a hall pass because he messed up. And he was the only person she had ever been with. But now that she took that hall pass, she didn't want to come home. You know? And that goes to like my saying earlier when you asked me like how do I know? Like being like this can't be it. Like or this just ain't doing it for me, like
Hey, look.
or you have something good that you just like, yeah, but I just ain't what I want, like it was great, but I'm not coming back here.
Everything that I know and everything I learned, it was from different women because every woman is not the same. The fact that you did this with this woman, this woman might not like it. This woman might like this. So I like when I hear that, especially when dudes you say this girl got so many mileage on her, like, but at the end of the day, she experienced. So now when y'all get together, we finna get this thing popping like 4th of July.
A car can have a lot of miles on it. It's how you take care of it.
Hey,
as long as you clean it up, polish it, treat it right, you can drive it all day.
Take it, get his.
Hondas last forever, they say.
Come on now, an Escalade ain't even in its prime until it's over 200,000 miles.
So it's like it says in the eye of the beholder. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah.
Like,
it's all in how you treat it, how you take care of it. Now you can run it down in the ground, but if you change the oil, keep it clean, preventative maintenance.
Do you know how many porn stars that their videos are out everywhere, and these ladies are turning them men left and right, and they know this girl done been skeeted on, busted on, threesomes, foursomes, all this, and they still want her. So when people say that, I be like, bro, but is she worth it? So, see, that's why I got you here in the cap. Look at this. We have a great conversation.
Look at you. Oh, man.
Ariel-Hunter with us in the cap, man. Season 6, we talking about assignment and attachment. Got off a little bit with the 10K, got into the whole phase, but we going to get back in it on track. Now, let me see how I want to do this because I got questions because I don't want to go too much into your personal life, but I do want to get back to your son again because raising them, you would be open, but would you want him to be with another man, or you just want him to be happy?
I don't want him to be happy. I wouldn't wish this on anybody because there's a lot that comes with it. You have to be tough. You have the people who go out and just kill themselves because they can't deal with the pressures and they want to be happy, but they have that judgment from their families, from people around them. So they feel unwanted or unloved and unnecessary. If he could be what they call normal, more power to him. But, I just want him to be happy.
Now, his normal.
I don't really think that my lifestyle will dictate what he chooses to be. You got to keep in mind, most people are raised in heterosexual homes with majority of the people around them being heterosexual, and they just so happen to be that one person that chooses to do what they want to do or love who they want to love. Not everyone. No one was really. I wasn't raised seeing that.
But his normal is not normal because he's grown up.
Actually, it is. His normal is very normal. If you had children, you would know that. There are. What's abnormal right now? My coworker daughter is 4, and there's a kid in her daughter's class who, when they started school, was a boy. They are 4-year-olds, but he comes to school now dressed like a girl.
I got a problem with that
because at 4 you don't know what you want to do with yourself.
Right,
but my child won't be the only kid with same-sex parents. It's 2023. That's why I said it's totally different. 5-10 years ago, I would have never thought the world would be where it is now. But it's actually way more normal than you think.
What up, Perk?
What do I want?
So you know this young lady, you know that young man?
Yes, I said hello. I spoke to him.
Oh.
He didn't speak back though.
I ain't hear you.
Hello.
What up, buddy? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Florida just want my baby to be a queer.
No, I
He
don't.
might be pulling all the holes. I just hope he wrap it up.
I'm just looking at it. Him being raised in the house with two women. Maybe he be like, maybe that's the normal.
No, because there are other couples. That's just another thing too. I don't surround myself with just homosexuals or people who are like me. I want him to be well-rounded and very versatile. And when I say like me, I mean sexuality, religion, race, tax bracket, all of that. You know, that all of that plays a role in a person's life. I didn't grow up seeing anything what I live.
How is the
You got to
family
keep in
doing?
mind, it's like saying, huh? Everybody's doing great. You know, that's like saying, well, you grew up in a, not you per se, but a person grew up in a single home. So when they grow up, they're going to automatically separate and be in a single home or have those same problems that they are adversities they face as a child. I'm already breaking generational curses in my family that has nothing to do with my lifestyle. That will already set him ahead and give him opportunities that I didn't even have. And my mother made sure that every opportunity she thought I needed to be afforded to me was afforded to me.
Okay, just for the record, I don't want your son to be a queer.
No.
You said for the record, what?
I don't want her son to be a queer. Now, it's okay for him to be weird because weird is rich, normal is broke. But that part, no. No, but going back to what you said about the kid, I do have a problem with that because at that age, like I am so against D Wade the way he's raising his son, and it is a son. I think he should raise him up to be to a boy, but until he turned 18, once he's 18, let him do what he want to do. But like right now, he don't know.
I would say 4 is pushing it, but at a certain point, you may not know what you're going to be forever, but I wouldn't say go and cut on yourself. But at the same time, if this is how you're going to express yourself, cool. What if this is really what you want and I've held you back for all this time and you grew up hating me?
I can deal with it.
Okay, grown men wear skirts all the time. Like we cannot. Some of it is aggressive. I will admit a lot of it is aggressive, but at the same time, he's an individual, and it's just the only reason a lot of it is displayed and exaggerated is because of who they are. But that shit's happening every single day all around us.
Okay, so here go my question. What made him just wake up and say that?
Say what? That I'm gonna be a girl?
Yeah.
You gotta think about this. I have some friends of mine, and he asked me earlier, how did I know? And I said my mother knew before I knew. You can tell when the son goes in the closet and is playing in the heels and in the makeup, and you just cannot get it from them. Or even a little girl who plays in the makeup all day and she grows up to be one of the best makeup artists they have. There are signs. Like, you just gotta pay attention. You know stuff. You might not want to accept certain things, but you know stuff. I mean, even down to motherfuckers being crazy. You knew they was killing cats and hiding them under your house, that you need to get them checked, but you didn't. It's signs for everything. You just have to pay attention as a parent. I'm not saying that it's okay to just let them have free reign, because you have to set limits and boundaries, but
it's signs, but in 4,
no, not 4. I'm saying 4. You don't even know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, all this started at a young age, and so we go to the point of it's expressing yourself, and I'm gonna go 50-50 on that, just because I've seen otherwise. But I feel like some of it was just, okay, he expressed himself, and we don't want to stop that. But I mean, I feel like there's some other things behind the scenes that we don't know about either, though.
That's always the case, and I think because of who they are, there was a spotlight put on it, and it's like, okay, it's out there now. This is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because all of that was confusing to me for him to go and find a girlfriend that was
That's
supposed to be transitioning to a guy. I'm like, all right, I'm totally fucking confused, you know. I mean, there's still parts of this LGBTQ plus blah 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 blah. Blah I don't even understand. So I just that's why I stay in my lane with a lot of it because you know. And back to the 4-year-old, you have other kids in the class like, well, mommy, why this and why that? How do you answer those questions? I mean, all I can say is this will go on in their house. Like my mama told me, this your house, these are your rules, and this what you worry about. This what you do. You don't do what they do.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it could get aggressive. I mean, I'm telling you.
So, and then my last one before we get to the next one. How do you feel about everything going on with the LGBT community? Or you just like, they over there, I'm over here?
No, I just feel like at a certain point, you know, it's gonna get to a point where we're all as a people doing too much, and I feel like this is gonna backfire on the ones who are doing good and are, you know, just not exaggerated. You know, I feel like with the transgender community, you know, I understand wanting to be who you are, but I just don't understand like I feel like, you know, not loving yourself to the point where you want to mutilate yourself. You know, I feel like I would never want to experience feeling like that about myself, you know? And if that's what makes you happy, I feel like you should be allowed to do it, but I just think it's sad to feel that way about yourself, you know? It hurts to think that somebody just ultimately unhappy with themselves.
Well, I know this in Jacksonville. It's a community, it's apartments in Jacksonville in the hood that's committed to transgender. But there's always, and I would tell you, always 2 to 3 killings of transgenders. And it's always something about them they messing with a dude, or they about to expose a dude, and then that person end up killing them. Like Jack, I don't know what it is about this city, but we killed the most transgenders of any place I have seen. And my thing with them is, if you are, why would you put yourself at risk where none of the cases are solved? There's still cases from it's still cases. It's a dude that got killed in 2015 that case never got solved.
And they think that it's somebody trying to be exposed, or that, you know, they're not just being targeted.
I think they are being targeted, but my thing is to them is, why would you put yourself in a predicament like that, where if you are messing with somebody and it's coming to a point where I guess you want to be loved or be the main or whatever, but if you, now that you got to put it out there, I'm about to expose this man. They're killing you and nothing is getting done. They're getting away scot-free killing y'all. I don't understand that. Like, some stuff you just gotta, why even mess with a person that you know?
Sometimes you don't know that. Sometimes you don't know that till it's too late. Like somebody told me once that you don't divorce the person you married. You don't know. People change. And when you say, all right, I want more, they become another person. And that's only the case if it is that situation. I feel like they may just be being targeted, and that is just what they're using because they're not solving these cases. You know, I mean, think back to racism. You had people who loved somebody of another race, but they couldn't come out and say it. And you have this Black woman or this Black man say, I love you. And I want the world to know I'm tired of hiding our love. But you know the consequences of us being together, or what my family or what I would have to do to you if it came out. Oh, I don't care about that. I love you that much that I want to be with you, you know, that I want to marry you, and I'm willing to sacrifice my life for love. Because what good is a hidden love what good is it, you know? I'm hiding in the shadows, you know? I'm gonna be a late night creep for the rest of my life because I love you.
Season 6, man. We finally got Ariel-Hunter in here for her. Excuse me, Ariel-Hunter
Smith.
Smith. She's a married woman. Yes, she is in the cap. Now,
Oh, I heard you almost call me a man.
no. I didn't say man. I said she's a married woman.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I just come
I'm a lady.
Yeah, you just had a baby.
Listen, this 2023, they got all kind of shit on the social media.
Let me shut up because I can say something real crazy on that. But anyways, now this question I threw it at our last guest, but I'm gonna throw it at you too. So, if you was closer to the million in your relationship right now with your wife, would you closer to a million, not a million? Would you retire your wife, not knowing that she has no aspiration to do anything, but because you're closer to the $1 million? Would you retire your wife? What I mean by that, would you force her to just continue to still work?
No. Closer to $1 million today is nothing. To be honest with you, I probably already made and spent $1 million, if not a couple. That's nothing.
What you doing to make a meal? We need to know.
I didn't say liquid is one thing to have it in my hand, but in today's society, unless you run up on the money, that's not being close to it. It's getting spent. That's not enough money to say, all right, we can just stop. You can just stop working, and we could just live our life.
No, but I'm saying
I personally don't feel like it is.
How to make it liquid, whatever.
You probably spent $1 million if you had to stop and write down the type of money you spent in this lifetime.
No. I'm saying. Let's just say you.
I wouldn't make her quit. I wouldn't expect her.
Even if she's working like a BS job just to bring in money, just to pay bills, but you say, "Baby, I done did this. I done made $1 million. You don't have to go to that job no more." And then,
would it be an option? Well, of course.
It's up to you.
Like, I wouldn't force her to do anything, but if it was something she wanted to do, I'd be fine with it.
That's what. Okay, I'm with that. Now, let's say she did have something aspirational to do. Would you tell her come off that and let me help you get to that?
If it was something she really believed in and wanted to do, yes.
Even though it might not bring in the same type of income that you're making. Remember, you're closer to the million.
If I'm the breadwinner, and it's gonna make her happy, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I don't see no point, no purpose in making her do something that she's not happy doing.
Perk, you got anything before we get to these Scale Podcast questions?
No, it's just good to see my dog. That's all.
I know. Oh, Perky Perk.
Feel the love in the Zoom today.
Oh.
Come on, everybody put the finger up. Come on, everybody put the finger up. Come on, let's do it. Come on, Perk. Put the finger up. Come on. There we go. Love in the cap. Here we go. All right, this is the Cap Podcast questions. Some of the questions are going to be either or, some are going to be fill in the blank, but you go how you want to go. So the first question, Ariel, love or money?
Oh, love.
Financial literacy or health literacy?
Financial literacy.
All right, this one
I can go buy health.
Okay. This one you can pick 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3, but you can't pick 3 out of 3. Choice is yours. T-shirt and panties, lingerie, or nothing at all?
T-shirt and panties.
Ariel, would you like to be perfect or light?
Neither.
Ooh, you gotta choose one.
Neither. I can never be perfect, and I really could care less what a motherfucker think about me.
Dang.
All right. This one, once again, you know what? This one, I'm just gonna tell you, you gotta pick 1 out of 3. You gotta pick one. So either you're gonna be ball taco, chia pet, or landing strip.
Bald.
I think this one be a lot. All right. Ariel, what is your guilty pleasure?
Ooh. Shopping.
Ariel, is dating on potential a good or bad thing? And what I mean by that, you just met somebody today
Mm-hmm.
without knowing anything about them. You got their number, y'all
Mm-hmm.
exchanged numbers, y'all haven't gone on a date, but y'all had that one intimate conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Is dating on potential a good or bad thing?
Dating on a potential? That's good.
Ariel, how long should good sex last?
I don't know. I've never brought a clock to the bedroom.
That's good enough for me because everybody put time in. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing?
We just start. All right, let's see. Damn, that was short.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. What is something that you're letting go in 2023?
Something I'm letting go in 2023. I will say a few people.
What is on your bedroom bucket list?
Bedroom bucket list. When you say bedroom bucket list, like to buy, or is this a sexual question?
It's up to you. Like one person said they want to do it in the Mile High Club. One person said want a fantasy of pulling up to a hotel and the girl is a maid and you take her in the room and do their thing.
I do want to visit the bunny ranch. I might not partake, but I just want to go and see.
Oh, me too. I want to see too. Oh,
I want them to line the girls up and be like, which one?
yeah.
We might just talk when we get in the back, but I just want to see. I want to see like what it's like in here.
Oh.
Smell the air.
Oh yeah, I'm watching HBO late.
Yes, Lord. Shout out to Air Force Amy. Eric, is sex toys in the bedroom? Yes or no?
Yes. Come on now. I'm a lesbian. That's a given.
We have to ask the question. It's part of the bylaw. What is something that you plan to accomplish before 2024?
I want to do a career switch.
To what?
Well, I am an analytical chemist, but I wanted to go into like quality. There's a lot to explain, but yeah. I work in a pharmaceutical lab, so instead of doing the analytical work, I'll be doing quality work, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
All right, take your time. For this question, I need to take your time. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cash money or no limit?
Really? Oh, I'm probably going cash money.
Cash money. Ariel, what gets you horny?
Oh, simple. Small deeds. Mop the floor. Empty the laundry. I mean, empty the dishwasher. Fold the laundry. Small deeds.
Pick up the trash. All that. Okay. You're really turning to be a domestic wife.
I know, right?
It is beautiful. Okay. What are I'm gonna say two. What are two things that you like about Black people? And you can't give me something generic like our food and all that. Give me two things that you really love about Black people.
Just the no filter, you know. We raw. Like we say what we feel, we say what we think, you know. We'll worry about your feelings later. And the inability, our ability to turn nothing into something, whether that's a positive or a negative, you know. You could say one thing and I could turn into a big situation. Now we got to fall out. Or I could take this little bit of money and feed my family for a week. When some people feel like if that's all they had, they got to go jump off the bridge. We're going to find a way to make a way.
Let me do this quick shout out. Hey, Tokiana. Get this little quick shout out in for you. One time for Tokiana. In the last question area, if you can ask God one question, what would it be?
Why us?
Why us?
Mm-hmm. You know, we were raised to believe in him, but he was used, you know, to shape civilization or what we call our world into what it is. Why we had to be the ones?
That's the second time somebody said it.
That's the third.
Okay.
Zorro said it, she said it, and I said it. Because it's like, why
They can't take the heat. Why us? Yeah, why us? Why?
Why black people suffer so much in the world that you create?
Mm-hmm. But we're the merciful ones, but we suffer because there's a lot of stuff we could have done that we didn't do. Still to this day, we are the ones who turn the other cheek or be forgiven. You know, and we don't have to, but it's our nature, or so we're told.
I'm gonna say we the one.
We forgive everybody but ourselves.
There we go. Like we're the ones that actually go by the Bible and do what it actually says.
And you know what's crazy? Like I literally just said, we forgive everybody but ourselves. You know, I can remember other kids doing shit, and my mom would be like, "It's okay, you don't worry about it." But let me do the same shit when I get home, get my ass tore up.
Yeah.
So, and then
Ain't that crazy?
Black people. And then in the last question, Ariel, this is a Cal podcast question. We've been asking this since season 2. Who has the better pancakes, Whataburger or Cracker Barrel?
I've never had either one.
So you got to go try it.
All right. I've never had either one.
That's 4 for 0.
So what is it? 5, 2, 4?
Actually, it's 5-2. No, excuse me. Yeah, no, it is 5-2-4 because Quita don't count, and we don't count.
Well, y'all, who did you pick? What pancakes you pick?
Whataburger.
I'm not big on breakfast.
I put them on Whataburger pancakes. First of all, nobody really knew Whataburger sell pancakes until I brought it up.
When I go to Ariel, I get chicken tenders, but they serve burgers all day, so I just get a burger.
Nobody really cares that they serve pancakes.
Ariel.
No, I'm saying they serve burgers 24 hours, so I always have burgers.
Ariel, if you go get the pancakes from Whataburger, they are made to cook. They are not frozen. They cook them on the spot, and they big as hell.
Okay, I'll try it.
And then go try Cracker Barrel. I bet you'll know the difference.
So, is there a preferred Whataburger you have? All Cracker Barrels kind of taste the same, but all Whataburgers don't taste the same.
Well, it is.
Because the one in Texas is nasty.
I'm in Florida.
So I know.
It's 2 in Florida I go to. Never let me down.
You ever been to one on Jewel in Shreveport?
I did.
No.
Well, I never had pancakes in Louisiana. We always get breakfast on the bun. I didn't discover pancakes until I came back to Florida.
Oh, okay.
The Whataburger on Jewel is good.
Mm-hmm. You might lose your life, but the food works.
Man, the food was good. So, all right, Eric, this is the part of the podcast where we give you the flow. If you want to say anything, promote, give people your social media, it's up to you. The floor is yours.
No, I just want to say thank you guys for having me here. I really enjoyed myself. And I can't wait to be back.
When are we going to get some music?
Ooh. I'll be at work. I be at work. Work. The last time I sang was for that national anthem. I had to do the national anthem for, I don't know who played.
The Mavericks.
The Pelicans and was it the Mavericks? Yeah.
You sung in Shreveport. I don't know about, did you sung
No, it was a Pelicans game. That was this year, I think. Yeah. I think that was in January, February, maybe. I'll send it to you.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, send it to me so I can play it for the people. Because for people who don't know,
Oh,
Ariel, her go by her name, Papri, whatever, can sing her little ass off.
it's big now, baby. I got a dunk now. It's a mini dunk, but I call it a dunk.
That's right. You did have a baby, so you do get that baby fed. Ooh.
I ain't that about a motherfucker. I've lost that thing very much.
Whatever. You got that baby fed. It's all good. We all enjoy it. But for those who know, Ariel can't sing her ass off. I'm gonna play a quick video of her singing. But Boo, we really do appreciate you coming on to help us out this season. If there's anything else you need from us, we are going to invite you back for the 3-year anniversary, which will be in November. Come kick it with us again.
Yes, sir.
You got anything?
No, sir.
Like I always say, we're going to get better and do better, and y'all have a good night.
G14 classified. That's good.
Headline, Starlight.
DJ Star.